A spectacular performance. Curry from half court.
Sometimes, something looks like it's been there a while.
We are here, the 3 Points Podcast. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it has been officially the start of the NBA season. It's been a week and some change. We just realized we didn't record the first weekend after the NBA season had began.
I know we recorded it though. Got to leave it. And...
Yeah, what happened was Kenny Beecham from King of the Fourth Quarter and I forgot the podcast name. What's their new podcast name?
Is it Through the Wire?
No, that's the old
Numbers
one,
on the
bro.
board.
Numbers on the board. He deleted our files. So unfortunately, we couldn't get out to your fans. Not only that, one of our co-hosts, the one who works for Goldman Sachs and
JP Morgan.
He's on a business trip to Yosemite.
business trip to Yosemite last Thursday.
Yeah, the firm has some investments in the area, so just doing some research.
So that is why we forgot to record it. But we are currently 4 for 3. We're the eighth seed of the Western Conference. Wesley, myself, my brother, and my cousin, we were at the Denver Nuggets versus Warriors game. Went to OT. We won an OT. Absolute thriller. Probably one of the best games I've been to. Wes, would you say the same?
Yeah, top
It
two.
was a very top two. Well, that's so random.
I went to a good OKC game like this past season when we won.
The Thunder versus the Warriors?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Was the NBA covered?
I don't think so, but they are the champs. They couldn't have been the champs that we beat up. So. But we'll see. It's still a good game.
It was a great game. I did miss our 3 losses. I see a correlation with me and us winning. I miss us losing. We've lost against 3 teams. We've lost against the Trailblazers, the Bucks, and the Pacers. And we've beaten the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Clippers, and one more team that I am blanking on.
Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies. So, based off the teams that we've beaten, especially like the Nuggets, quote unquote championship contenders, are they still looking like that? How are they doing actually?
They've looked very good.
Okay, so we beat a championship contender by proper basketball. Before we kind of dive into it, I guess over just I want to give high level, and then we did lose some interesting ones. The Bucks without Giannis, and then the Pacers without the Haliban.
Not just without Tyrese Nimhard and Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah, that is like really
basically the 3 best
bad.
players.
That is a really bad.
Yeah. Well, except for Siakam.
We're really helping all these games too.
Yeah, it is a really bad loss. These are some kind of like, again, I think we're at this point where we watch basketball for so many years that it's like, all right, it happens, right? And it is one of those losses where like, okay, just be better. But it is like, why are we losing these games?
Yeah.
Why are we losing these games? It's not the type of games we should be losing. And yeah, so that's kind of where we've been at. I think what we can do is, because it's been a while and it's been 7 games already, and we're going to be back to our weekly uploads for you guys. So we're going to be 2 to 3 games per week. And yeah, we're going to get better. Huh?
It's our promise.
It's our promise to our
Hold us
loyal.
accountable in the comments.
And if we had $1 for every time we made that problem.
Okay, to be fair, last season we were actually
very good.
really good.
Yeah.
Last season. Last season we were on our stuff.
Yeah.
I want to say the credibility and the reason why our podcast content is at least credible is Wes, because Wes, remember we pivoted for the loyal fans in our initial 3PP days. We were doing the entire league coverage, so our takes were just like, oh,
Siakam had a good game last.
yeah, the Spurs, they suck, right? Like that.
And I don't know about the.
And then exactly, literally, we just had no clue because I mean, naturally, it's tough. We're not like numbers on the board guys, where we're just watching condensed 45-minute clips.
We have jobs, right?
All of us.
All of those, exactly right. So Wes said then, hey, let's just focus on the Warriors, what we know the best. And I was like, damn straight.
Shout out
So
West.
shout out Wes. Sorry, I was saying a sip of iced tea. But that's kind of where we're at. So I think it's just open floor. I'm gonna pass the ball to help fake it to the left, to the right, off the backboard to Thomas.
Yeah, all right, I guess the wins, the wins, it's easy to talk about wins. Since they're the more recent and I guess the more troubling, probably the most Warriors fans, I guess to talk about the losses, maybe I'll let you guys talk about the wins if you want to. The last 2 games, they were both pretty tough watches. I mean, every loss is a tough watch, but especially when you're going against teams that have, either their best player or in, the case of the Pacers game, three of their four best players out. There's kind of the sense that you just expect them to win the game, and that if they don't, it's a disappointment. And so it's really tough to watch them, basically throw the game away when you already have that kind of expectation going into it. The one big troubling, I guess, trend, or I mean, it's only through two games, so you can't really call it a pattern or a trend, but something that happened in both those games that made me a little bit worried is that first in the first game it was Ryan Rollins and Cole Anthony, and then in the Pacers game it was Aaron Nesmith and Quentin Jackson, who by the way is a former UDFA who was in the G League for the last 3 years. Quentin Jackson put up how many, 20 something points on good efficiency against the Warriors. Nesmith put up 31. Cole Anthony put up 16. Ryan Rollins put up 32. All of these guys are guards, none of whom are particularly, none of them are exactly stars, none of whom are exactly major volume scorers, and they all had phenomenal games against us. In the Pacers game, Quentin Jackson actually was basically a dagger over the Warriors' perimeter defense. I think it's a very small sample size, but I think it's enough to say that one of the problems for this Warriors team, and I mean, it's not exactly a surprise, is the defense at the guard position. To be fair, Melton is not playing right now, but when you look around, you see Steph, you see Hield, you see
GP2. It's kind of
GP2, who's basically washed at this point, if we're being honest. You see Pajemski, you see Moody, who, again, I mean, quality defender, maybe.
in certain matches.
Decent defender, maybe. Elite defender, lockdown defender, definitely not. It is a little bit frustrating to see guys who, again, I mean, in the case of Quentin Jackson, is kind of what made me go on this little tangent, because this dude is literally a G Leaguer, essentially, who's just only on that roster because Tyrese and all those other guys are at. To see them look like, decade veterans putting up, efficient, 20-something point nights, little frustrating. I mean, Ryan Rollins, possibly a breakout candidate, but I can guarantee he's not going to be averaging 32. He looked phenomenal against us. He was hitting a lot of shots over the Warriors defenders, and now maybe incredible hot night that's never going to happen, again in his career. But I will say some of the buckets definitely looked like, the contests were not super quality.
Yeah.
So it's something to pay attention to.
Yeah, I'm gonna add to that with some stats for the fans at home. The Pacers, Nesmith 31 points, 10 for 19, 5 of 11. Siakam 27 points, 12 for 23. Quentin Jackson, right?
Quentin Jackson, yeah.
25 points, 10 for 16. And then kind of the rest of the nobodies. For us, Steph Curry, 24 points, 8 for 23, 4 for 16 from the three.
That's another thing. It's easy to say, but if Steph is just, normal Steph and not cold night Steph, we probably win that game as well. But that's more so he's going to have a few of those games in the season. You'd think having it come against the Pacers team that's so short-handed would be good, because you can get that job done anyways. But like I said, I mean, the defense did not look particularly great in that game. And I think that's what cost us that game, really.
Butler, 20 points. Kuminga, 17 with 2 assists. Pod, 16 with 3 assists, and then Green with a pretty classic Green stat. That is a pretty good analysis, to be honest. You kind of articulated it well, because it makes absolute sense, right? We got guys who are good defenders on the bigger end, on the wings, in the interior. We got guys like Dre. We got guys like Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
We got guys like Horford who are
Kuminga, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kuminga as well, right? So pretty fair analysis. Now for the future, yeah, like you mentioned, Melton comes back, and that does help us, because he, again, you would know better, but the eye litmus test says that he is a quality defender.
That's what most people
I would say a tier above Moody type.
Yeah.
Right? Would you
Yeah.
guys agree or disagree?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's what he does in the offensive. Definitely. I think he's a better guard defender. I mean, he did against the Clippers, to go back to some positive notes. Both Kuminga and Moody did pretty good jobs on Harden and Kawhi, respectively. They kind of both got there still, but you can definitely tell that they're the oldest team ever. The way they defended both of them was pretty good. And you love to see Kuminga, again, on the positive note, throughout all these games, he's defending, much better and more consistently than, in past seasons. That's kind of his thing, is that obviously he has the tools to be like a great player defensively and offensively, but it's about the consistency, like how often is he going to pay attention to rotations and all that. But he's been pretty good against marquee matchups like Kawhi. We definitely needed him to kind of step in, make that a one-on-one matchup. I think against Luka, he was the primary matchup. I want to say, like, of course, Luka kind of got his. He scored like 40 plus.
Yeah.
I want to say still, but they definitely kind of fell out of reach, even though like Luka kind of got his. Can they get his kind of just kind of a revelation a little bit? Like you guys remember in our last episode, Kamiga was kind of like a hot topic because is he going to change his ways and become kind of a positive player? And it kind of seems like so far he's like, of course, he still has his moments where he takes like an unadvised ISO post up, but for the most part, he's like in great transition, taking pride on the defensive end a lot of the time. Still gets lost occasionally, but he's kind of been definitely a big positive this season.
1,000%. I think I was on the absolute hater train when we were at the Nuggets game. I remember Wes was telling me like, "Oh no, he's playing." I was like, "No, get Kuminga out there, get him out of there." But no, he has definitely been. It's seemingly it's kind of like subtle because he does still look like, and he's still doing the same type of style plays that he would traditionally do, like just putting his head down and run up. But now he'll sprinkle in occasionally a little bounce pass, and then
Yeah.
little pass in the corner. In the Nuggets game, I specifically remember he was, I forgot to who, I believe it was either to Pause or Will Richard, who we are going to talk about and want to shout out as well, waving like, yo, pass it, he's open over there. You know what I mean? Kind of things where it's like, okay, he's getting more involved. He's trying to kind of call the shots a little bit versus, I mean, last season, literally in the playoffs, off ball, he was just like sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
Right? So definitely on the positive, for sure. Like, oh, for sure.
I'm like my opinion on it is like because it's going to be an ongoing topic. Like we're going to talk about maybe next episode for sure about what he's done since this next week because he's either going to be traded or not going to be traded, and that's kind of going to make or break your season. I feel like he's like executing that properly because like Thomas is on the other end, and you're saying you're definitely going to trade him pretty much no matter what. I still feel like I'm cautiously optimistic that we might be able to keep him and they'll be able to contribute more than if he gets traded for some player. Like, I don't know. I mean, you guys have made good points that we are pretty lacking at the guard defensive position, like getting lit up by Bucks guards and Pacers guards that we're not meant to be kind of lit up by. Again, it's supposed to win and lose because we have a critical weakness there that is pretty disappointing, and that definitely would come up again in playoffs because there's talented guards around the league. I don't know. I just feel like he's playing pretty well for him.
I mean, the thing is, like, obviously, he's a decent player. But with all that being said, I think Warriors fans are being a little bit too quick to take what is essentially, at this point, a 7-game hot shooting streak and turn it into.
But it's not just shooting; it's like defense, passing.
It's true. The passing, there's been there's been definitely some noticeable things. Like, okay, the passing. Yes, there's a few passes. He made one incredible bounce pass. So it was almost like a behind the back bounce pass
against the Nuggets.
Yeah, I forget.
It was.
No, it was a.
I don't. Or I never.
It's like going out of bounds.
So
bounds and passes.
I think it was against. It was one of the games we won. We ended up winning. Anyways, but it's basically they're in transition. He gets the ball and he's almost in like a post up position. Then he kind of glances behind him. He sees a guy I forget who it was, streaking in transition towards the basket, just boom, like around around his body, bounce pass between two defenders.
I thought it was just Steph.
It might have been a step. But anyways, this kind of thing you'd never see that in the previous 3 seasons for him. And on the other hand, as you yourself kind of pointed out, when you actually watch him play, it's not like he's really changed the way that he's attacking on offense. And to me, what that suggests is that this incredible run towards the beginning of the season where it's like, okay, he has to be here for the future. Like he's going to be more positive for this team than anything we could get for him in the trade market or whatever. I think that like optimism might be more fueled by a hot shooting stretch than it is by some kind of like true leap. And especially if you notice like the 3-point numbers, I think he's still officially shooting over 40%. I mean, I would I would get out on my knees and I would thank God if that all right, it's prayer. I don't know. As you're making a face, I mean, you're a religious guy, aren't you? You understand the prayer, right? Anyways, I would get down on my knees and pray to the Lord. If he was able to maintain 40% over the course of a season, but I don't see it happening. So it's like, where does that normalize to? Maybe he's become a 36% shooter. That would be huge. I mean, the 2%. I don't have it like in front of me, but I bet it's like around 55 to 60%.
He is right now. I just saw it. He's above 40%. Actually, he is 43.5% for the season.
From three, right?
From three.
And what about from two?
From the two, he is 53.1%.
It's like,
Just
can
like
he?
Paul.
Yeah, it's like, can he maintain? Because the reality is, he hasn't exactly cut out some of the, the mid-range fadeaways,
Yeah.
the kind of like tough, awkward, floaters or runners around the basket. Can he maintain this increased efficiency? I think that's really the big question.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have to admit, like, because I was his biggest hater, I'm probably going to be the slowest one to come around. So we'll see if he keeps it up. But
I mean, I'm going to add to you very simply by saying I think we still need to trade him. Like, this is a win-win for us regardless. Look, we're in the most optimal position that we could have been. Where is that? Okay, he's playing well, so he's producing. So because he's getting the second most minutes on the team.
yeah,
So clearly,
yeah,
Kerr has an idea that, like, look,
He's
put him out there, get him to produce positive things, show to the league, listen, this guy's like a quality player, give us something good.
yeah.
That's what we're trying to do here, is what I think. Otherwise, I mean, we pulled the plug on him last
Yeah.
end of the season, right? All of a sudden in the offseason, you're telling me that Kerr randomly, I mean, actually it could be possible. Kerr's like, oh, shoot, we got Jonathan Kuminga.
Who is Jay Kuminga? It's actually 31 points. Jay Kuminga. Who is it?
Who is this guy? I'm blanking on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most likely, the reason is he's like, we gotta get this guy to
His trade value.
show his trade value. As simple as that. And I think that is the only move. Look, at this point, we gotta buy into now. A JK-led team in the future is not a championship team.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not even saying like, oh, he's going to be like the star for us in the future. I'm saying like maybe he could contribute to this current team more than a Malik Monk.
I just really don't think so. I mean, like, because like, still, I see that
I'm kind of cautiously
optimistic
that could end up being the case. I'm honestly not even 100% there.
Here's kind of what I'm thinking. Here's what I think. I was gonna say that okay, if we trade him, then we lose like a percentage of like someone who's like, I would imagine he's one of the higher usage rate percentage players on our team, right?
Yeah,
We lose that. So then that gap has to be filled. But then I remember that hey, then we have Melton will fill that gap, right? Because Melton will kind of be no,
Melton is not going to probably be a high usage.
no, not in the high usage rate, but more kind of in the I guess what I'm trying to say is like in the offensive flow.
Now, what I would say is that the other thing that could fill that gap is whoever we trade for. Because ideally, you would be trading for somebody. The idea, I think, is essentially that if you were going to trade him, it would probably be for a true third option. Now, the question is, has he blossomed into a true third option this year? Or is that what we're seeing? Are we seeing his leap into the guy who is the true third option behind Steph and Jimmy? Now, if the efficiency starts to dip, if maybe again some of those awkward leaners around the rim start looking really bad, and we're like, okay, it's the same story again. Then you kind of go back into that mindset where you're like, okay, Malik Monk, maybe the absolute peak of Malik Monk's powers is not going to be the absolute peak of Jonathan Kuminga's powers, but right now he can provide you with a more efficient 17 points a game than Jonathan Kuminga can, and that's what really matters.
But the issue then comes to this then, man. If we don't have a consistent third option, because right now, we look at 2022, it was Steph, Clay, it was Steph. Yeah, Clay was probably the number 2 at that point, right? Or would you say Steph?
It really fluctuated.
It would
That
probably be
was the
Steph,
incredible
Wiggins,
thing.
Clay
That was the incredible thing about those teams. There were games where it was Clay, there were games where it was Wiggins, there were games where it was.
Probably put Wiggins at the 2.
Generally speaking, I think it was.
Like I remember thinking
He was an all-star starter.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I remember in the finals MVP, like for a moment, my heart rocked because I was thinking, will
Yeah, exactly.
He played that damn well. That it was
Exactly.
like obviously it was very clearly set.
Yeah.
But you get my point. Like I didn't think for a moment it was gonna be Clay.
I mean, the thing is, every championship team has at least 3 or 4 guys who on any given night could theoretically be like the second option.
So okay, great. So now we're gonna use that basis and let's look at our current roster. We got Steph locked in. Then we got Jimmy number 2.
Jimmy, who's been playing, in case if you don't shout him out for this episode, phenomenal. Incredible start to the season from Jimmy.
There's a shout out, and that's exactly what we effing
Yeah.
did from Jimmy Butler. Moving on. Number 3 is the issue. It's not gonna be Melton. It really is not gonna be Melton.
It's not going to be healed.
It's not gonna be healed. It's not gonna be paused.
Kurt thinks he's number 2. Pods thinks so. You see, Pods thought he could be the white Shohei Ohtani if he played baseball.
Oh, pause, shut up.
But I mean, this guy.
That's the issue, pause. That's the damn issue. God damn it.
I believe
He said that?
Yeah,
Where did he say that?
he said that in an interview because he so used to play when he was in high school. He played base like a lot of great athletes. He was a 2-sport athlete. He played baseball, and basketball. So he said, if I kept playing baseball, I would be the white Shohei Ohtani.
So then you should have. God damn it. Instead of being a bum
That's
ass.
pretty funny. He's like, yeah, I could have made $800 million, and instead I'm fucking the 4th option for the Golden State.
Not even fourth, bro. It's a fifth. Like, okay, okay. Really, we quickly touch on this before we go back. Pods has not been like a negative, but he's just been like more like he's been very lackluster.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good word.
Yeah,
That's the word of the day.
yeah.
Lackluster. He looks like stressed. Like when I look at him on the court, he looks like pressure. Like he's like squeezing out to find some production.
And he can't. It's just
It's like
nothing.
on the offensive end, he looks really, really capped, and it doesn't look like. I don't know. I could be doing classic
Just-
over
I
exaggeration.
mean, again, it's not. I think we had this exact conversation in the episode before. He's never gonna be a guy who can get you a bucket in isolation, and that's a little bit frustrating, considering when he came into the league.
Yeah.
There was this idea that
That
hey,
he could.
he could be
Like
somebody who
a
runs your bench unit.
Yeah.
He could be maybe a second option at the 2 guard alongside Steph in the short term, etc. But I mean, you kind of have to
He's
accept
not a shot
that's not
creator.
happening.
He's
It's not
He's
happening.
not a shot creator, and he's
Yeah.
also not a. He's just not a shooter. To be honest,
Yeah,
he really isn't a shooter. So what is his strengths? Not to say that he doesn't have any. He's good in the flow. He's good in the motion.
he's a truly good
He's a
playmaker.
ball IQ guy.
He
And he's
is.
a good playmaker. So he really is the type of guy who fits well in our system in the regard that he understands the plays, right?
Yeah.
He's always running around. He knows where kind of the positioning and blah blah blah.
He's like the LeBron James of Anthony Black's, or sorry, not, Anthony. What's his face? The
Oh, the New
Anthony-
Zealand guy who freaking was our starter.
Anthony Lamb. Anthony Black is the man. Yeah.
Freaking Kerr was like giving him 45
Bud is
minutes.
the LeBron James of Anthony Lambs, I think. That's kind of the role he's
Honestly,
playing.
really, it is very, very underwhelming. What he's kind of blossomed in his third. This is fourth year, sir. Yeah, I mean, like that's what I'm saying.
Spoiled
Like,
it.
not yeah. It's what he's blossomed into his third
How
season.
far he's fallen.
His first season, I don't know. Maybe this could be just recent, but like
He's got like the Jaime Jaquez like had a good rookie season, like mediocre or not mediocre, but just plateaued
Yeah.
from there.
I mean, and there's a reason why these project guys were like 7'1" with a insane wingspan, all this athleticism, but who basically can't play basketball, get drafted first or second or whatever overall. And guys who are skilled like Jaime Jaquez and Pods fall to like 18, 19, whatever. It's because they don't have the upside. This is what happens with these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a very skilled player, but the limited athleticism, the lack of size, and the lack of a truly elite jumper, they're just the ceiling. He's it. Like I just don't think there's much more unless he just magically develops like a Steph Curry.
I think we need to like
Level jump.
package like Kaminga and Pod somehow.
Man, we've been saying this for
Because like no, before I was really like I like Pods and I whatever, but like it is tough. And anyway, so I want to do another quick touch on Trace. What do we think about Trace Jackson Davis's role?
there's not much to think about because he's not playing at all.
Really, really, really confusing me because this is now his third season,
Yeah.
right? And we gave him like a high money contract, like high money for a rookie, right? Because we gave him a proper contract. We gave him a 4 year.
For a second round pick, we gave him a unusually good contract.
And why is that? Because the vision was that in the long run, we're gonna have locked him. He's gonna be a good player.
Yeah.
Looney era, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Now it is the post Looney era, and he's.
Now we got Al Horford. So this.
I mean, but that's the issue. Like, okay, sure we have Al Horford, but then the number 2 could be him, but it still is not him.
Yeah.
It's like a mixture of post
Well,
and.
because Bosa just looks better than him. I mean, what?
shooting wise, we need the shooting.
Yeah.
Like line us with Dre and Kaminga.
Basically, we need to somehow do a package of Trace, Pods, and Kaminga.
Get rid of all our best players or worst players.
The best players on the team. We're starting a rebuild. Okay, so kind of take 2 steps back in the recursion process. We were talking about what? So we went to Pod somehow.
Talking about trading Kaminga for a third star.
Yes, there
Yeah.
in the West. So the thing was that we had talked about our number 1 option, number 2 option. Now the gap comes in at that number.
Yeah.
And until we find that,
Yeah.
there's no.
I mean, by the way, again, this is very forward thinking. People were saying at the beginning of the season, Trey Murphy is a possible target if the Pelicans bottom out. Well, good Lord, Pelicans look like dog shit. So he is going to be available.
How's my dog
I-
even?
Pretty poorly. I'm not going to be overly. He's been doing pretty poorly. He hasn't been awful, but he certainly hasn't been raising their ceiling as a team. I can
What
tell
about
you that.
Zion?
Not that great. I mean, for Zion, it's like whatever, like 24 and 10. Like it's a decent.
But
He's at
this is
least-
the life
he's
he's
on the
in
court.
college.
He's on the court.
It's the lives I thought I was in college.
People are saying he looks like he's almost pulling a Vince Carter and not trying that hard, so he can get traded. But it's like I'm watching Pelicans game. I don't know. It's a media narrative. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Do you guys think Trey Murphy could be
This thing-
third option?
somebody like Trey
Is
Murphy.
Trey a third option?
Yes, he is. He really, truly is. Yeah,
I'm
he
talking
is.
like GP Clay Thompson, 2022 third option.
Yeah, I really think he is.
Can we
Yeah,
pull up his stats?
I mean, I don't think the bar is as high when you have two guys like Jimmy and Steph. Like that year, it was kind of.
True, because
was
Jimmy
number
was an
two.
upgrade to Wiggins.
it was. I mean, it
Two
was.
by
Yeah,
committee.
exactly. Second option by
Now
committee.
you have a true number two, but almost a number one with Jimmy, and then you don't really need a superstar.
Can we look at the stats for Mercy?
Yeah, I mean,
There's no-
I-
They're like 20 on pretty good efficiency.
So last season, you're having 21, 5, and 3 on 36% from 3 and 45% from the field.
That's the third option.
That's a third option right
Third
there.
option. And he's a good
Now,
defender too, right?
And he's a
Very
good
lanky,
defender.
long arms.
He has had a rough start to this season. Again,
Better
everything
for
we're
us.
talking about,
Hell Buy low, sell high.
everything we're talking about is very, very,
When's that
forward
trade deadline?
thinking.
In February, right?
Yeah, February. I mean, who knows? I mean, for all we know, Kuminga will have torn his Achilles by then. Who knows?
Yeah,
Trey
well,
Murphy will have.
in his defense, Kuminga has never been an injury.
Okay, for all I know, Trey Murphy was torn his ACL, or whatever. You know what I mean?
We know Kuminga becomes
No,
the
The
2020.
day of judgment will have come and passed.
That's true.
Kyle Shanahan once said in response, a reporter asked him, "Can you guarantee that he's going to be out there on Sunday?" He said, "I can't guarantee that anybody's going to be alive on Sunday." That's my head coach. That's my head coach, and that's the mentality we got to have.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're talking about trades that are supposedly going to happen. Whatever, 6 months from
Yeah.
now. The point being, I would trade him for like 2024 Trey Murphy. I'd trade Kuminga, even this version of Kuminga that we're seeing right now in this first few weeks of the season, in a heartbeat. But that's just
I
me.
mean, that's one of the things I think saying like early on is for some things I said beginning of the season for trends. Some things I'm looking out for is how good does Kuminga look like? Does he look like he's really connecting with the offense? And he does to like an extent, but I'm not like over the moon about it. Like he has looked much better than I expected, but
Yeah.
still not like third option. And I would certainly take that trade if that comes up. And we're on the trajectory where I think he would be a little by that time. So it's hard to tell like 6 minutes in advance, but I mean, if the plugins are as bad as they're looking right now,
But I'm going to say though, on the flip side, we get let's in this hypothetical, we get Trey Murphy. Our guard defense is still a problem because guess what? The main core issue is because in 2022, why was our guard defense all right? GB2 was good.
Yeah.
GB2 is kind of washed now. I'm trying to also think who else did we have in the
Clay.
guard? Clay was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say he was good, but he was
At
like
that point in his career, he was still serviceable. Like,
serviceable. Good,
Yeah.
that's a good word. Now in our guard, we have Seth. We got flipping GP2. We got
when he's
Melton when he's healthy. We got the rookie.
Straight Murphy is small corner.
I think he's a 2-3, right? Like he's kind of a guard.
he can play 2 or 3. Yeah.
So
I mean, in today's era, small league, you can play 4, but he's mostly gonna be playing 2 or 3.
So in that way, he could be assistant to the guard, I guess. But like,
and I think you take that trade because what is the offer to keep coming?
no. I don't know. I'm saying something else. I'm saying like, regardless of that, we have another area of focus that we have, which is our guard defense. We need a guy like Pat Bev. You know what I mean? Who's just a defender.
Which is exactly what Gary Payton was when he was in 2022
So
when he
true.
was at his peak. I mean, I think if I remember correctly, a lot of lineups it would be Steph, Clay, Gary Payton, and Gary Payton was out there essentially
That's
playing
odd.
small forward on offense, basically, or maybe even power forward on offense, cutting stuff. But then on defense, he's guarding the 1 or guarding the 2, and that's kind of the way that they would manage it. You don't have a guy like you can't do that with him now.
Yeah, man,
He's not good enough.
I mean,
defensively
exactly.
to-
You
yeah.
look elsewhere. We got Paz, we got Moody. These guys again. So we really have to. I think if I'm Dunleavy, Kuminga's an obvious thing, but this is like a sneaky thing on the side. We should focus because, again, we are overreacting because Melton's not here. But in addition to Melton, would be great. Last thing, because I know this episode's kind of been a little bit long. Let's give a shout out to the rookie. The rookie has been looking pretty darn solid. We've been talking, Will Richard. He has been giving to me. He's giving more athletic, better defender, JP. That's the vibe I'm picking up from him. Again, then Thomas gonna but JP was a third option on a championship. I understand that, but when JP entered the league, he was a G leaguer. He spent his time in the G League. Will Richard has looked very nice, very promising. However, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. We've been fooled by freaking Pods. We've been fooled by Kaminga. We've been fooled by a lot of these guys where they showed promise in the first season and then they freaking fell off. So taking it with a grain of salt, but good pickup by the Warriors.
Yeah.
Is all I'm going to say on that.
Especially based on where they took him. Yeah, it's looking like a good value pick.
Where is he from?
Florida, but
Nice.
I don't know.
He's a champion. He was a champion there. Right?
Champion at University of Florida.
Love to see
Championship
it.
DNA.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully here's to a week full of Warriors wins, I guess.
Let's look at the schedule.
It's like Kings, Suns, Nuggets again later this week, and then
Oh my God! I just opened the Yahoo Sports app and look at freaking McDaniels.
Yep.
Oh
I
my God!
kind of did him dirty. Turn that into a thumbnail. Turn that into a thumbnail. Like, God damn.
Trigger warning, dog.
You said it's Andrews in this country. They would, it was like
This country, as in England. You live in England.
as in Afghanistan.
You live in Kabul. The Golden State
I'm on the little lies. That's where we've been doing these broadcasts around this whole time.
We are Golden State Warrior fame.
it's Suns, Kings, Nuggets, Pacers. So we should go 3-1 on these.
I mean, at least one thing I know, we cannot lose the Kings. That's got to be the red line in the sand.
Absolutely.
There's
No, look.
no chance.
We should absolutely come out of this 3-1, if not 4-0. We already beat the Nuggets once.
Yeah.
Why can't we do it again? God damn it.
Exactly.
But our next episode will probably get out. I think we should record Friday night. Or
I
Saturday.
am unfortunately going to be in
The business trip.
another little business trip.
He's going to his cousin's wedding. It's unemployed ass bum.
What?
So,
Anyways,
like watch this Pacers game record.
when do you come back from your business trip?
Monday. So
Oh, so you are leaving on a work day.
Oh, you
You're
can
coming
do it.
back on a work day.
yeah, exactly. They can't. You never.
So I think Wes and I will record the next episode then, or can you just do remote?
I could. Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. I'll keep you guys posted on whether or not I'm there. I think Friday.
Okay, so all right, cool.
So I thought you do like an outro.
No, I know we're not done yet.
We're just landing this.
Yeah, we're telling the fans what the next episode's coming out.
It's content, I guess.
All right, we're gonna end it here. We'll see you guys next time.
Because I'm not touching nasty. It's pork. It's not top.
That's how I was trying to hit the mute button.